Okay. Going live, going live. We are live. Hey! Where's the camera? Hey! How are we, wonderful people? How have you all been? Because I have been away for a very long time. Why is this mic stand so wobbly? That's kind of precarious and a bit annoying. But hey, I've been gone for quite some time. I know I've started the stream a few minutes early, but I'm just gonna sort of open up and chat and slow my brain down a bit and excuse me and wait for my lunch that I just wolfed down to kind of settle before I get into an actual game of Spyro, which I've got here. Um, that I was really indecisive about that. Like, which game do I play? Do I play a game at all? Is there AI on Tabletop Simulator I could maybe do? Because like live streaming games, I don't do very regularly, and when I used to do it regularly, that was before live streaming was kind of a thing. You'd upload it in segments on YouTube and people would watch it. Kind of like Hellfire Comms still do it, but they also do streaming and stuff as well. But they do it a lot, so practice and stuff. Yeah, I'm looking over here as well because that's where my XSplit stuff is, my workstation for the stream. So that's why I'm not kind of looking away from you. But yes, so it's been a while and things have been happening. And I have got a little cheeky beer with me, which I don't know if I've tried this one, but I'm going to try it anyway and see what it's like. But yeah, so November, when was the last time I did a video? Oh, actually I'll move this away from the mic just so it doesn't deafen you all. I did one just before my 1 year on T, I think, because I remember definitely kind of wanting to make a 1 year on T, and I was actually in the middle of kind of doing it, and in the end I didn't actually make a video for 1 year on T. So for those of you who have lost track as to how many whatevers have I been on T, which is understandable. I'm not expecting you to like keep track of my life because this is my life. This isn't yours. Your life is more important from your perspective. I am now just over 17 months on T, so 1 year 5 months on T. And obviously I'm also further down the line with top surgery, as in post-op. How many months post-op am I now? Nearly 9 months post-op. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm a bit sort of gassy. Also, this Steam control is a bit dusty. I haven't played Spyro for nearly a month. But Spyro is one of those games that I played a lot when I was little. So hopefully this should be fine and I can still talk and entertain you and stuff. Or at least try to entertain you. I hope you find me entertaining. Yeah, it's been a while and I've not made any videos or even put updates on. I guess mainly because there's a few reasons why, but in the end I kind of got burnt out making these sorts of videos around the time of my 1 year on T, and also I kind of felt like I didn't really want to show it because it's like it's this thing that's supposed to be such a big friggin' deal, but to me by that point it wasn't a big deal, if that makes sense. But then after a bit, it's like, oh, I should put something out, but I also don't really want to. I can't really be bothered, and it kind of went on like that, and then eventually it got to the point where it's like, well, it's been ages now, so there's no point. And there wasn't really anything else I wanted to talk about at the time. Let's get the game loaded up as well while I'm waffling. Just let me know, by the way, if the sound is okay. I have turned the sound down on Spyro, but if it's a bit quiet, for example, just let me know. Let's just get rid of this. That's odd. Let's try that again. Give me a moment. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Right, there we go. Sweet. Still a bit loud for me. I'm just going to turn that down quickly. Just put everything down. Cool, cool, cool. I'm in the middle of Ripto's Rage at the moment. I'm doing it very completionary, as you can see, Spyro at 100%. People are thinking, if you have played Spyro already, it's like, why are you playing it so late? It's like, it came out a year later on PC, and I don't have a PS4 or an Xbox One. I much prefer the PC, and especially now they've got a Steam controller, it's like, yeah, that's all good.
Spyro, keep collecting those orbs. We can't send you to Dragon Shores until you have enough. Not only will the orbs help power...
Yeah. I've even forgotten where I am. I'm in the Winter Tundra world. Yeah, oh, that's right. I finished the Autumn Plains. And there's Winter Tundra. Okay. I've got like... Sure, yeah, you can see that. Apologies, the frame rate's a little bit down. What just happened? Ah, right, hold on. Let's get rid of this. What is going on? It's not wanting to play ball. There we go. Right, okay. Like like everything on my other screen just decided to disappear. Right, there we go. That's it. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's... Oh, I see. No, I don't. It's lit. I do not want log apples. Right, okay. Yeah, so... Yeah, I got a bit burnt out, basically, and I'm still doing stuff on Pair of Geeks regularly with my partner, so... if you want to see more of me, then head on over to Pair of Geeks on YouTube, because that's basically where you'll see me every week. I've realised that I just can't do 2 channels at once. I just can't, not with the amount of stuff I have to do.
It comes down to this. There's only one more thing I can teach you.
Head bash. I was waiting for this.
The head bash move is very simple, really. All you must do is jump and then press the action button.
This is one thing I didn't like. Right, stop. Sorry about this. I'm not used to these 2 screens like this. It's just which screen it's selected on. It kind of makes it go funny. I'm totally getting there. It's all good. Right, thank you. There we go. Yeah, that was always something I didn't like about Spyro 2, in that it's you've got to buy the powers or buy new abilities. Even swimming underwater, it's like that you can swim on the surface, so making sense. Oh my god, it's like right, there we go. So I got burnt out, and it got to a couple of months later, and then I was fully into Confrost, which again you'll find a lot of information out on our YouTube channel, Pair of Geeks. I highly recommend next year. It's a lot of fun. This year we raised a good load of money, over £3,700 for children in Kampala, who basically have barely anything, and they are taken off the slums of Kampala, the real sort of rural regions of Uganda.
Well, it's some consolation that you've collected so many orbs. My high-tech portal here will take you to Cloud Temples.
Well, thank you. Instead, I'm gonna swan over here. For those of you who have seen the stream, if any of you are on here, that we do every year for Plus, it's a lot of work that goes into it. It's not just you turn your camera on like I've done today, fix a couple of windows and that's it. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of preparation to do, there's a lot of people to talk to, there's a lot of prizes to obtain. Right, one just being there, let's go to Mr. Excuse me. What's going on with the window being off-center? There's a black bit. Heh. Why is there no sound? That's peculiar. Pretty good shape, I suppose. There were a couple of glitches though in my Crash Bandicoot remakes as well, like in Crash 2 in particular, when you get the cutscene from Cortex. It kept replaying the same one. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, so it is a lot of work. We go to conventions, interview people, we have to sort out prizes and liaise with them. And that takes a while because this is something outside of what sponsors normally do, is like extra work for them, so it takes a while sometimes. Which makes sense because they're very good. Now it's like a platypus, but it's slightly soft. So there was all that going on, and then we finished that about a few weeks ago. I've seen that before, right? You have non-enemies in the game, where everything is got to go hard. So when I did, I don't know what to do with this. But hey, I'm doing more. I'm looking for inspired ways to that. So the convention was still with prizes. Like that's how long it's taking. And we've got over 50 prizes too. As most of these on there, it takes a while. But yeah, so I thought just do a stream because obviously I could not be bothered to turn on the camera and see it is the episode. I've done a lot of stuff on mental health as well, healthy eating. I'm currently doing called New, which you may have heard of. I was knowing about it. I'm trying to make it in my world with it. Fuck, I forgot what the blast radius was. What? That last one though? I was way over there. Oh, I see. I was going to say, if that was the blast radius, that would be ridiculous. Right, let's see if I can get some little things to match on. I've got sparks for these again. And, yeah, Newman is... It's alright. There's something about it that I do
Things
not
just
like.
aren't the same since our magic fountain shut off. It sure would help if you could find out what evil force is behind this disaster.
Is it your mother-in-law? Kill. Oh, get away from the very, very big spot. I think Noom is pricey for what it is, especially with Android, because there are just some things that don't work properly or aren't fully integrated or glitch out a bit. One of them is it counts your steps, but actually it doesn't. I had to get another step counter to then adjust things on Noom. Also, there's this barcode thing, but it doesn't work on Android at all. Basically, you can scan a barcode, and it automatically records the food and the amount of calories and stuff. You can do that on Android. It doesn't work. So, what else? Oh, if you add in new food, which you can do, it lets you record things like calories and stuff, but weirdly, it doesn't have a decimal point in that menu, which is really strange, because it's like there's loads of times when you're going to get calories, not calories, sorry, amount of sugar's going to be, I don't know, 13.5 grams. Not 13, but you can put whole numbers. Also, if you record that food, it doesn't. It says, "Oh yeah, thank you for your suggestion," and la la la, but then it doesn't kind of save it, so you have to add it again every time. If you then eat the food again. Ah! What the hell? Whoa! Everything. Whoa! Everything just broke for a second there. Sorry about that. And somehow I didn't get hit. Oh my god. The other thing I don't like is its measurements are quite inconsistent. It does utilise like metric measurements if you want, but in terms of like the food that you're recording, sometimes it can say, oh, cup or ounces or calories or kilojoules, but logically the food would have a serving spoon, because it's the type of food where you use something like a serving spoon. The whole cup thing I find extremely subjective. Oh, it keeps doing this. Why is it doing this? Is my CPU being crazy? I don't think so. It seems okay. But then I'm not moving. Odd though, my CPU normally manages fine. Oh, technical problems. Oh, that doesn't work. Like, there's a nice underground brain thing I've got. So something less crazy on the CPU. Like Pascals. I think the final thing I don't like about it is the thing I don't like. But it's all the, like, it is very easy. being your true self without any sort of added stress or obligation, you know, what people just soul. So yeah, that's me. I just don't like it. It rubs me up the wrong way a little bit. Because it has religious connotations to it, and I'm really not like anti-religious. Hey, if you're religious and believing in a high power makes you happy, then again, I don't care. It's your life, it's you. If it makes you happy, then great. But I used to be religious, not anymore, because I've had a look into it further, did some research, and don't agree that religion is viable. It's not an evidence. But yeah, so that's the things I don't like about Moon. The things I do like about Moon, it's really helpful information of the thing. It lets me take into account what I'm eating, how many calories it is, rather than just ignoring it. Because when you record your meals, it tells you how many calories there are. Things like pizza, again, like with measurements, are a bit subjective because, especially in America, a slice over there can be pretty huge, whereas over here not. I'm struggling to find out where to actually go, so here's some... Yes. That's an orb. But yeah, it's good in that way. Very good. And also, it makes you take more time and effort into what you're actually eating, rather than just impromptu grabbing something off the shelf, or, oh, do you really need to eat that? Are you definitely hungry? Or, no, there is a I see this being very, very peaceful.
Oh, I must have dozed off there. Golly, looks like I let the fountain switch off. Here, take this orb and, don't mention my little nap to Hydra, or...
What, I got an orb for free? I got an orb for free? That never happened. Oh, but there's no talisman. Okay, interesting. Normally you have to do challenges to get orbs. Some of them are really, really annoying, but... So yeah, I mean, there was a bit of an issue this weekend with my emotional. I mean, I just wanted to see if it would actually react to it. So yeah, emotional eating has really helped me curb that and make me realise you shouldn't do it, for one thing. It's bad for you, but also this is why it's bad. Like, it shows you, makes you realise that yes, in the short term it may help, but in the long term it doesn't, because you feel guilty, and obviously you're putting on weight, but more because you're feeling guilty and you're ruminating because you've gone into it and made yourself feel terrible. And so yeah, it's true. I feel guilty if I do it. But yeah, I still do it. It's a vicious cycle. Why didn't you hover? That's another thing I don't like about this. Whether it's just a glitch again in this remake, but sometimes, even though you can hover, so you do this, he doesn't always do that, and especially in dire situations like that, he doesn't do it. What else do I like about it? The group coaching thing is really good, although I have been doing that less than I've done in great because there's a lot of good stuff that goes into the group. You get a group coach. You don't really even have to talk to people in the group. It's not like a kind of a, my name is Jason and I'm an emotional psychologist. It's not like that at all. It's not like that kind of thing. It's not like that anyway. But it allows you to act like together kind of be better. So the group motivation is great and a lot of food for thought. We've got a lot of good stuff in the group. Individual coaches aren't as great, and I've heard a lot of bad things about individual coaching that sometimes secret passage. A lot of times coaches just do not respond. Or they're kind of, the way they talk seems really generic, almost like they're a robot. And yeah, the group is like, oh yeah, they're robots and stuff. It's like, well no, they're not robots. Mine is okay. I do sometimes wish it could be more responsive, but I've kind of just got used to the fact that like the individual coach checks in with you once a week, and they kind of tend to use. Pause a second so I can have a drink. They kind of tend to use the same kind of phrasing over and over again. Like, what goals are you working on this week? Blah blah blah. So it feels kind of, I don't know, maybe using a template or something.
Ah, Spyro, a friendly face. A bunch of rotten thieves have stolen my spark plugs and I'm stuck here. Please get the 4 plugs back.
Spark plugs, right. Where are these thieves? Oh, that's nice. I love how much more gorgeous it looks these games. I have not seen anything at all since the start of this game. Oh, they're not the regular thieves. Ah! Come on, come on! Where's it gone? Oh, I'd rather you didn't go around that way. But no, they're not robots. I just think that they use a template because, I don't know, they have a lot of time. Saves a bit of time or something. Ah, where's it gone? I lost it. Not even like half of a can of beer already. I don't know what I'm doing, I've lost it. If I take long enough, it will respawn back where it was. I very much believe the difficulty stars, like ratings in this game, are so inconsistent. Like sometimes you get a difficulty 5, which is the most difficult ever, and it's like actually it's kind of fine, you just gotta concentrate a bit. And then you get ones that are like difficulty 4, and they're ridiculously hard. Boom, 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 boom. I forgot to jump again. For God's sake. What else do I like? It's encouraged me to make more recipes. Not just because people are like posting them about, but it's kind of nice. It's like, okay, so I've had these healthy options, but I want something else. And there's a lot of thing about, like, you know, if you plan ahead more, and if you prepare your food in advance, or if you not even just prepare your food in advance, there's a lot of places, a lot of firms and whatever say that, and it's like, yeah, but not everybody has time to do that, including me, a lot of the time. And even just thinking about what food you're going to get is a big difference. Rather than, oh, it's lunchtime now, what am I doing? Did I pick the hardest one first? Did I actually? I think I picked the hardest one first. Whoop-de-doo. Come on. Just gotta make sure to jump at that. Oh, I can just do that. Ah, what the fuck? It makes you think about a lot of things. I like that it's not all about, oh, you need to lose this amount of weight. Quite the opposite, actually. It's very conscious of the fact that, you know, weight is just one thing. It can fluctuate, like if you've got more fluid retention, or your hormones are changing, and of course for me, the hormones all over the place. So, oh, fuck. Yeah, okay, let's see if I can unlock it. Yeah, okay. This guy is being oh, you, okay. Oh, okay. Ah, get back here. Oh my god, I could have gotten that. Shit. Wow, he swims so quickly. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's been alright. It's not brilliant, terms of weight, I've not... I've not lost that much weight, which I'm kind of disappointed about. But again, it's not all about the weight, I know, and I've learned a lot of stuff, but at the same time, it's also £40 a month. So, yeah, mixed review at this moment in time, but also I know my motivation which it is, and it talks about motivation, and motivation is not always, you know, like, you gotta be super into it all the time and stuff, which is the truth, but, you know, at the same time, me being a super perfectionist and stuff, it doesn't help if I'm not motivated. Oh, I'm literally on the same level. Oh, okay, you can. Same with that, just about. But I need to talk about changes and stuff. What changes have I done? What changes have I done? What changes have I seen, I suppose? Well, I'm kind of bored with this, so... just do little old me. And also help with the frame rate a lot. So let's get rid of this and this. Ooh. Move me up to here. There we go. Okay, let's just make me some. Apparently there's somebody watching, but you're not chatting. So I don't know who you are. Let me know who you are. This is where I put on some music, but then I get done for copyright. Yeah. So changes. What has happened? What have I seen? So between a year and 5 months, or a year and 5 months, I suppose I have seen... Yeah, okay. So hair, especially in the past 3 or so weeks, very noticeably further back. Very noticeably. To the point where I'm starting to get a little bit worried because it's thinning out a lot here. And like it's gone right back to here, like with the corners, which is a lot. Excuse me. Voice. I think it's certainly got a little bit more deepness behind it. I can carry my voice more in loud places, which is great, because that's my main sort of dysphoria for voice, if I ever get it. Whereas now I haven't got voice dysphoria at all normally. But yeah, if I'm too quiet, but I physically can't really make it any louder unless I shout, which I don't want to do, then it can be dysphoric. People talk about noses growing. I don't think my nose has grown, but in terms of my overall face shape, I think it has changed again. But I have lost a bit of weight around my face, which I'm really pleased about. Not loads. I've still got a bit of a double chin, but I've lost a bit, and people are starting to notice, which is nice. What else? Hair getting darker. growing in more places. The hair on my hands is more noticeable. Hair on my stomach is darker. More chest hair is coming through. Lots of that. Anywhere else I can think of? Oh yeah, shoulders and arms. My arms have now got just hair in random places. Quite a lot of it, not loads, but quite a lot of it. And now my upper shoulders as well. This is where I wish you could play like an AI on Tabletop Simulator or something. That'd be fun. Maybe I'll see if my friend is around a bit later to play something. Because I'm itching for board games. I love board games, and I haven't played them for a while. But I have played a lot recently, and it's like, yeah, I really want to keep playing board games. They're good, very good. With my fat redistribution, again, things are getting smaller around my hips and my thighs. Not loads, but I am really quite pleased with how my legs are looking. It is a little bit weird though, like when I do a shot, it's like suddenly I really notice, wow, my legs are so much thinner than they used to be. It feels a bit like I have less wiggle room for where I put the needle in. Whereas before it's like, yeah, there's loads of fat everywhere, so I can just bum it in, and if I'm slightly off, it doesn't matter. Whereas here it's like, it's all kind of muscle now, and yeah. And also my legs are getting toned anyway. They've slowly been getting toned again over the past year and a half type thing. Because I go to the gym. I'm going sort of on and off. I didn't really go very much this week, but my legs are staying nice and toned. So yeah, so it's like you really know that you're injecting into muscle, and it's like, okay. I'm still taking tea every 3 weeks though. Although I am doing an endocrinology appointment next week at Charing Cross. I don't really know why. I wasn't expecting one. I don't know if it's an annual thing. It's like 10 months since my last one, so I don't know. Oh no, actually no, maybe pushing on 11 months. Yeah, maybe, yeah, it's sort of around 11 months, so okay. But yeah, it was a bit weird. I wasn't expecting one. So there's that. They'll probably talk about my lipids. Whoop-de-doo. Hopefully they're down a bit from last year. I hope, because seriously, whilst I do have my kind of points where I don't eat as healthy as I should be, I'm still trying. I'm really trying. And overall, I'm eating a lot better. Like now at work when I snack, it's always fruit. Like maybe occasionally I have something like a protein bar. Occasionally, I'm talking like once a month or something. So it's just fruit. And it, like, even pastries, right down, which is fantastic. Because I used to eat them a lot, and now I don't. So, you know, hopefully lipids are okay. What else has changed with my tea? Oh yeah, some not so nice things. So, I'm kind of getting hunger pangs now. I haven't this weekend, which is actually a good thing, I think, but for the past few weeks, at work in particular, I would get hunger pangs. Basically, as soon as I'd finished eating breakfast, or maybe a little bit after, I'd get hungry again. And same with evening meal. After my evening meal, I'd feel hungry again. But weirdly, lunch, I'd feel fuller for a bit and then get hungry. Like, fuller than I'd used to with lunch. And I've not changed anything. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sniffles. I've not changed anything, like, in terms of what I'm eating or when. It's all the same, but that's happening, and it's annoying. And I'm trying to, just eat water. Eat water? Oh my god. Drink more water and stuff, and maybe have the odd protein thing. I think I'm eating more protein in general now. Like, I try and go for protein over carbs, definitely. I've been doing that anyway, but more so now, especially if I'm eating carbs, say, later in the day. So again, it's the kind of thinking about, oh, I'm having this for dinner, therefore, I must not have a similar thing for lunch, especially with carbs. So, like, if I know that I'm having, say, noodles in the evening, then I don't have carbs for lunch. I have protein and veggies and stuff. Anything else? I don't really think so. I'm gonna do my voice thing at 6 months. I was always intending to do that. I haven't done one for 3 months though. But yeah, I think it has changed a little bit since 1 year at least. It'll be interesting for me to go back and have a look. Has anything else changed with my team? No, I don't think so. There was another problem though, which I guess I'm gonna have to kind of mention next week, which is that I tried to come off the pill. And when I'm saying the pill, I don't mean the estrogen combined one, I mean the progesterone one. Because yes, for those of you who don't know me very well, shock horror, I am still on it, even though I am over a year on T. Because a lot of people, when they're on T, they wean off it after around 3 months, because that's the recommended time. It's like, yeah, normally that's when your periods should have stopped, but no. So the thing about me is that since starting the pill, which is a good 4 years ago now, my bleeding stopped, which I'm really, really happy about. But even on T, I still get cramps. And I came off the pill for about a week, and I got the worst cramps I've had in a good long while. It was bad, to the point that I couldn't sleep type thing. It was that bad. So I thought, okay, I'll go back on them. It was making me dysphoric, but it's like, okay, I'll just go back on them and, sort it out with surgery and stuff eventually. Because there's no harm with me being on them. It's just I don't really want to be if I can help it. I don't want to be on another medication if I can help it. So go back on it. And then this weekend, again, it's been like just pains and cramps. And with me, what happens is if I get kind of cramps in that area, they spread to my legs, which is really not very nice. It's almost like if you've ever had sciatica, something like that. So you get a shooting pain down your leg. It's kind of like that. Maybe not quite as painful as sciatica, but it's close. It's that horrible sort of semi-tingling pain feeling. And it's just, not nice. Not nice. So, yeah, that's annoying. Other stuff that's happened. So, yeah, surgery stuff. I am now nearly 9 months post-op, by a few days, and they're looking good. Basically, the scars are just still fading away. They are a bit more stretched now, especially on the right side, as they're still settling down. But to be fair, they're not too bad. The red side's still kind of a bit red, though, which is not nearly as red as it used to be, but still quite sort of pink, whereas the left side is looking really nice, and the majority of the scar is a lovely kind of regular skin color type thing with maybe a little bit of pink around the edges type thing. So yeah, Now, as for dog ears, I'm going to get those revised and kind of tucked away. I have spoken to Nishaw. I went up back in September for my 6-month post-op checkup thing. Considering it was a 5-minute appointment, frankly, nothing against the Spire, but just the ordeal getting up there was horrendous. There was this massive crash which caused every sort of exit off this specific A road to be blocked up, and people were just being awful, like really terrible driving, and we'd already been on the road for like 4 hours and we were late. But fortunately, they were very helpful about it. Lots of people were affected, of course, because we were literally about 7 miles away from the Spire, and 7 miles away, and it took us an hour to get there. So yeah, but yeah, they were fine. I managed to see Nishaw and all that. He's very happy with the results. I'm very happy with them. I've been exercising my chest as well, and my pectoral muscles are getting a bit more defined, which is nice. Not loads, but they've got like a kind of a, doing that type thing, which is nice. So there's that. Yeah, so when I have my revision done, I am having it on my partner's birthday, 25th of February. So... That's quite funny, really, but it is in the middle of the week, so yeah, fine. I'm going to go up and see my best man, and he's going to look after me and stuff, so that's nice. Because even though it is a very short operation and minor, you're only under local anaesthetic, which is good, and it's like 20 minutes, I still wanted somebody there just in case, And he's like, yeah, it's fine, I'll just, drive you there, So it's all good. So that's happening. What else? Yeah. Further surgeries. So, bottom dysphoria. Bottom dysphoria is kind of getting worse. And I've got to kind of wrap my head around, just accept that my bottom dysphoria is going to be different from my top dysphoria, even though it's getting worse. Why is it getting worse? Well, mainly social stuff. So, like, in the bedroom and stuff, certainly by myself, I'm fine using it. I don't really look at it, but I'm fine using it. Because the stimulation is quite nice. It's not, like, amazing, but it's nice, and it helps with other things. And normally when, say, I'm going to the loo or in the shower, I don't think, oh, I really want there to be a willy there type thing. But at the same time, in public places, especially now going to the loo, I'm getting more and more of this frustration with the fact that I can't just go up to a urinal and use it. I have to wait in a queue to use a cubicle. And normally it's not a problem. Say if there's a lot of cubicles, it's fine. Like at work, it's not a problem. And, work is work. So I just see it as it's a normal thing now. But when you're out, there's still this sort of thing of like, oh, well, for example, like take yesterday. Good example. Cubicle was out of order. Second cubicle wasn't out of order, but it had no lock on it. And the third one was in use. Now, sometimes in those situations, I do use a cubicle that hasn't got a locked door. Or it's not working properly. Like broken. But with this set of loos, I didn't, because the cubicles are quite deep. So, unlike in quite a confined loo, say in like a pub where they're quite small, you have to kind of step around the door, it's really easy to hold your hand up like that as you're going to the loo. Or even use your foot. So basically you're barring the door, no one's going to come in. Fine, easy. And also in a pub, fewer people, unless it's towards the end of the night, are going to actually come in and use it. And even if they are, normally it's the urinal because they're drinking, they're not eating. But in somewhere like I was yesterday, which was basically a big Tesco, I have used them before, so it's fine. But in this instance, it's like I'm waiting and waiting, and this guy is taking fucking ages to do what he needs to do. I wasn't sure if he was jacking off or something, but he was taking forever. It was over 5 minutes I was waiting, and he was already in there. And people are coming in and out. And there's this one guy, I don't think he spoke English because he didn't actually say anything to me, but he was kind of gesturing to the loo that wasn't locked, as if to say, why aren't you using that? And I just said to him, there's no lock on the door. To which he goes like, right, okay, moved away. Unfortunately, because I pretty much pass all the time now, if I talk, then people are going to read me as male, because of my voice, of course. But it still made me feel really uncomfortable, because it's like, this isn't normal to be standing there waiting and waiting. Like, that's not a normal thing in men's loos. It doesn't happen. So it got me really uncomfortable, and in the end I had to go to another loo because he was taking so long. In the end I gave up. So I went to a different set of loos that were sort of further out, back in the mall, and they were cleaner and stuff, so yeah. So that was kind of horrible. And that's the thing, it is a social thing, in that I want to be able to just fit in with everybody else in there, and just, if I need a wee, I want to be able to use the thing that you use for having a wee. You know. And the thing is that I also need to realise and remember that a lot of dysphoria from other things as well, like the reason why I'm on T, the reason why I had top surgery, was also because of social dysphoria. It's not being read as male, or the conscious thought of, are people reading me as male? And yeah. And obviously with top surgery as well, there were more reasons, but it was still a big thing. And it's like, yeah, I want people to read me as male because that's who I am. That's how I identify. I don't identify as anything else. I identify as a male. And like with like euphoria kind of stuff, if I say pack, yes, I do sometimes get it, actually. I find that in changing rooms, for example, if I'm changing, so say if I'm taking off my trousers or my shorts and stuff, and I'm packing, it's like you can see my bulge, and I really like that. That's actually really validating, and I didn't think it would be, but when you're surrounded by other men, cis men, it is validating. And whilst I can't really use the showers, I suppose I could maybe risk it. Just realising what's going on with this camera is, again, it's got little black strips on it. There we go. It's like, I could, I suppose, if nobody was in there. I think the main concern I'd have is if someone saw my packer, because they'd be like, what the fuck? Someone's wearing a fake willy, and yeah, that's the thing I'm most concerned about, even, you know, without the kind of sleight of hand of the towel and facing away. I mean, they all face away, even though they're see-through showers. Like, all the guys face away. It's like, okay, it makes sense. So yeah, so it's slowly happening. And Finn the Invincible was really helpful with my bottom dysphoria a little while ago. He said, well, for me, it was the fact that I couldn't accept not having one, as in not having a willy, for the rest of my life. That was the thing that kind of was the turning point. And it's like, yeah, I do get that, and I couldn't really see myself without one for the rest of my life either. It doesn't seem right. So I went to see Dr. Davies at Charing Cross back in October, and talked about it, and basically I'm not quite sure if he was supposed to send me some posts, but it got lost, or he just hasn't got round to it yet. He should have done by now, because he said like 10 days, and obviously it's been over 10 days. He is going to basically arrange an appointment with Mr. Christopher and his team to basically just talk to me about what options there are, what they can do also, for example, measure me, because one thing about phalloplasty, which is what I'd like rather than metoidio, is you have grafting sites, and because of everybody's size and stuff, sometimes grafts work better from other places than other places. So most popular is radial forearm, which is with your arm. But I was thinking, well, actually, is my arm suitable? Because especially here, it's very thin, which is actually slightly dysphoric for me. I wish my wrist was more bulky than it actually is, but it's not. So whether that's enough skin or not, I don't know. It might be a bit too little, so he might have to take it from somewhere else. So that's, one thing we're going to talk about, like, okay, this is going to be the best option for you type thing. Whereas it seemed easier with top surgery, because there's basically just two options. It's either keyhole or periareola or double incision. And it's like, well, periareola is for people with like A cups or maybe a small b, and I'm not that. And I prefer the techniques used in double incision, some having double incision, so that was easy. Whereas this is like, you've got to choose a graft site, you've got to decide things like, do you want full urethra lengthening, or do you want to keep your urethra as it is? I'm sure there's things like the urethra hookup happens after stage 1. I think that happens now. I can't remember, or whether it's a different hospital. But yeah, they sort of create the phallus normally stage 1, and then they do the urethra hookup stage 2, I think, and that's when you start peeing and stuff. In theory, that's when it can go wrong the most, as far as I'm aware. Or you might not want the full length, something like that, or you might not want to pee out of it at all. I mean, I would like to. And then stage 3 is prosthetic pumps, so basically your willy can go erect, which is what I want as well. But lots of different options about the urethra and stuff like that. Various sort of things. So it's the thing about the surgery. Yeah, it is daunting still. I feel like I could accept it more, but it's still very, very daunting. It's a big thing, and top surgery was a big thing, but this is going to be just so much more. I'm going to be off for much longer. I'm going to be, having various stages of it and stuff. So, yeah, but, in the end, I'm obviously still not happy. I'm not complete. There are things that I still want to do as part of my transition. And that's basically where I'm at now with bottom surgery. I think, yeah, Dr. Davies said that I have another appointment in 12 months, which would essentially be decision time. So are you interested in it? And if so, here's your first referral. And you have to have 2, of course, because it's NHS. And then presumably I have to wait another year for my second referral. So this is going to take a while, this route. But I knew this, I'm aware of it, and there's no way I could do this privately. No friggin' way. But at the moment, I'm fine with that. Like, with top surgery, it came to a point where I could not wait any longer. I was in a very bad state, and without going private, I might not even be here right now. So, oh god, this is meh. So yeah, that's where I'm at with bottom surgery. I would still like a hysterectomy as well, of course. I asked as well about, do they still do separate hysterectomies, or, do they just do it as part of bottom surgery? And it's like, well, yeah, you can do a separate hysterectomy. So there is that option as well. So I don't know, but then it's another surgery, so it's like, do I just do it all in one go, or what? I don't know. But yes, I'd like a hysterectomy. The whole thing. Hysterectomy, oophorectomy, vaginerectomy, all that, because objectively, it's like they're the wrong things. They shouldn't be there. It's not me. It's wrong. It's just objectively wrong. And I don't want children. I've not frozen any eggs. And it just seems pointless having them there, So, yeah, that's me with surgery. But apart from that, I'm doing fairly well. Mental health, yeah, is still a thing that kind of issues come and go, and because top surgery has now happened, it's like more mental health things are kind of coming away in like layers and stuff. Like trying to handle my anxiety and my perfectionism and ruminating and all this stuff. But overall today I'm okay. I do get a bit negative though talking about it. Like I don't like talking about it, and I need to talk about it, but I don't. But yeah. So well, I suppose, I'm getting near the end with this, but I suppose things I'm going to be doing on the run up to Christmas. So yeah, endocrinology appointment next week. Ginger next week. I am so excited for Ginger next week. Oh my god. It's going to be amazing. I'm seeing them in Birmingham. Then I'm seeing Devin up in London, down in London. Do people say up in London now? I don't know. Around my birthday. I've got like a work lunch as well on my birthday, which is quite nice. Going to my mum's and her boyfriend's place for Christmas this year, which is also nice. So yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to Christmas. I think maybe my motivation will go back up a bit with my food and stuff on the run up to Christmas. I don't know. It's a funny time of the year, isn't it? It gets dark, quickly. Like it's already getting dark now. People say it's hard to go to the gym at this time of year, which I kind of get, because you feel kind of like you want to hibernate and not do much, but at the same time, I want to go to the gym because it's cold, so it's like, yeah, it's fine, I'm not going to get too hot and stuff. Oh, that was another thing that's kind of being really annoying with tea and getting worse, is that I get really itchy when I get hot, and it's horrible, like itchy all over. Especially when I'm at the gym, when I get to a certain point of like feeling hot, just itching everywhere. It's so bad. Also, this thing, which apparently is rosacea. I've had this since I broke up with my ex-fiance. I used to have like a dermatitis thing here, around my nose, a few years ago. And I had that for a little while, like a couple of years, and then it just went, and it's never come back. Whereas this has been sort of lingering. And I forgot to put my cream on this morning. Oopsie daisy. This thing has been getting worse as well because of being on tea, presumably because blood vessels are kind of more at the surface, and which is what happens when you go on tea. I am using a cream, except for today because I forgot. I'm using a cream, and it is clearing up a little bit, which is good. On this camera, though, it picks it up really badly, so I just always look red and blotchy. I've never really talked about it before, I think just because I'm kind of used to it. And also, nobody mentions it, which is good. Like, I never get ridiculed for it or anything. I think just because I'm white and I'm blonde, so I'm more likely to have red blemishes and stuff, so it's normal. And in fact, when I spoke to somebody about this, and a colleague at work, she's a person of colour, and she's like, well, yeah, but isn't that just like a white thing? And it's like, yeah, it kind of is, but at the same time, it is quite self-conscious. It kind of makes me a bit self-conscious. When I get stressed, it flares up. It can cause itching, especially here, like on my hairline. It can make me itch. So, yeah, there's that. But I've got a cream, and it is clearing up a little bit, like, it's definitely making it less blotchy, which is good. But my skin is really dry, actually. It's not been this dry for a little while, which is kind of annoying. I don't think I ever got the whole oily skin thing in the end. I'm too old for oily skin. I didn't talk about my beard. Oh my god, I did not talk about my beard. So, I am not getting a beard by Christmas, as was Becky's prediction, unfortunately, but you can't really see it much now because I shaved it a couple of days ago, but when I rub it, 5 o'clock shadow, not really prominent 5 o'clock shadow, it's not like that kind of blue tinge and stuff, but you can see there it is darker, and also here it is darker. I'm trying to let it grow out a bit more, and I'm using beard oil, not minoxidil. I decided not to use that in the end just because it was too dangerous for Kitty, but I'm using beard oil to help stimulate growth, and I think that's helped a bit. Mainly I'm getting a neck beard. That's the only problem. I'm getting a few patches on my chin, and I'm getting a tiny bit growing here. Nothing here still. And there's a patch here that's just bald, and it's really, really annoying. Everywhere around it is fine, it's just here there's nothing. But after a few days of letting it grow out, it gets really quite noticeable, which is nice. So, you know, it makes me feel good in that way. And even though when I shave, like just shave, I tend to dry shave now actually rather than wet shave. Wet shave takes it off too much. When I dry shave, I do look really bald. It's like, oh my god, I look so bald, it's horrible. But then the next day, it kind of looks nice and like a 5 o'clock shadow, which is how it should be. So I'm kind of planning ahead a little bit in case I need to do that. Because obviously after a point it gets too scraggly. I need to get my hair cut as well. I'll probably do that when I go down to Charing Cross next Thursday. Muscles. I didn't talk about muscles as well. My muscles are getting bigger. That's basically it. But they are getting bigger. They're getting more prominent. And I'm building it up more easily, which is nice. I'm getting stronger again, so that's nice. Anything else? Or am I just waffling? There's 2 people on now, but they're not talking in the chat. That is a bit sad. I am sad for that. But yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it there. So that's me on a catch-up. When will I do another video? I really don't know. This is rare, but my fiance's at her mother's talking wedding dresses, so I can't be there. I'm not allowed. So this is, you know, rare for me to do this. So what I would advise is going off to Pair of Geeks. YouTube.com, Pair of Geeks, and watching us there, and then you'll see more of me and stuff. But yeah, apart from all the little minor things and the sort of issues with mental health, if it's like a bit up and down, I'm doing all right, and you know I am looking forward to Christmas and stuff. It's gonna be nice. Basically, I'm a work in progress. Let's put it like that. But then transition is, and I've seen this before in other people where, you know, transition kind of the main bits of it that you need happens, and then the mental health stuff starts coming up to the surface. So yeah. But, you know, I'm only 1 year, 5 months on T. You know, I was going to say in 2 seconds I'll be 5 years on T, but obviously not in 2 seconds. But yeah, you know, at some point I will be 5 years on T, and that... It feels like such a big milestone now. 5 years. Crazy. But then 2 years onto it, you know, it's going to be nice. So yeah, I will do a little comparison of my voice. Whether I upload it or not, I don't know. Maybe I'll do fat redistribution. I don't know. But that's kind of where I'm at with this channel. I don't really feel like there's this need of like I must document changes all the time like I did before. I really thought I was going to do it for a long time, but I'm just not. I'm happy enough that I don't need to now, which is good. That's kind of the point of it. But yeah. Anyway, I will see you all at some point in the next video. Bye-bye.